Hello students, how are you today? I hope you are doing well. We meet again in our online lesson, English Specialization. I hope you are ready to receive these new materials. And don't forget to pray so that coronavirus will disappear soon and we can continue as a normal life. Okay, we continue to our second chapter here about if conditional. Do you want to know or learn about if conditional? Okay, well, if there's no one know about if conditional, let's check it out. Basic competencies: applying social functions, text structure, and linguistic elements of oral and written transactional interactions that involve giving and asking for information related to future plans with certain conditions according to the context of their use. 4.3 Complying oral and written transactional interaction texts that involve the act of giving and requesting information related to future plans with certain conditions, taking into account social function, text structure, and linguistic elements that are correct and in context. Learning objectives. After studying, students expected to be able to: first, knowing the meaning of conditional sentences; second, discover the types of conditional sentences; third, applying conditional sentences according to their types. In this screen, we learn about uh, mind mapping. In this screen, we learn about what we will get by studying this chapter. This is our mind mapping in this chapter. We learn about if conditional, the theory of if conditional, and exercise. We learn about the definition of if conditional, the pattern of if conditional, and we learn about the theory here. The if conditional divides into four types here: zero conditional, type 1 conditional, type 2 conditional, and type 3 conditional. And then the last one, we learn about exercise, about comprehension question and assessment. In this assessment, you will learn about how to write if conditional in the correct order. Speaking, pay attention in the screen. You can see on your screen there's John and Alice. Okay, let's we read together about these dialogues between John and Alice. Hi Alice, it is John. How are you? Oh, hi John. I was just thinking about you. John, that's nice. I was wondering if you'd like to go a movie tonight. Sure, I'd love to. What's playing? I was thinking about that new comedy, Lights Out. What do you think? Sounds great. Okay, I will pick you up around 30 past 7. The movie starts at 8 o'clock. See you then. Bye. Okay, students, in this dialogue, you can see there is a clause here. I was wondering if you would like to go to a movie tonight. This is about John next planning in the future. Pay attention here. If you'd like to go to a movie tonight, it means they will using a conditional sentence. Usually put if in the first of the sentence. Conditional sentences are statements discussing known factors or hypothetical situations and their consequences. Complete conditional sentences contain a conditional clause, often referred to as the if clause, and the consequences. Consider the following sentences. If a certain condition is true, there a particular result happen. For example, here, I would travel around the world if I won the game. When the water reaches 1000 degrees, it boils. You can see here, I would travel around the world. This is a conditional clause, and this is if I won the game. If I won the game, this is a if clause and the consequences here. You can see here is a hypothetical situation because only yes or true or that the situation will be happen in the next future. When the water reaches 1000 degrees, it's boil. Pay attention here. This is a conditional clause. When the water reaches 1000 degrees, and this is the consequences here. There are four types of conditional sentences. First, zero conditional sentences. Second, first conditional sentences. Third, second conditional sentences. And fourth, third conditional sentences. Zero conditional sentence. Zero conditional is used for when the time being referred to is now or always, and the situation is real and possible. Zero conditional is often used to refer to general truth. The tense of both parts of the sentence is simple present. In zero conditional sentences, the word if can usually be replaced by the word when without changing the meaning. So we can use if, or we can also use when here. But attention the examples here. If you don't brush your teeth, you get cavities. If babies are hungry, they cry. When people smoke cigarettes, their health suffers. Kids cry when their toys are broken. This is sentences describing about the real condition or refers to general truths here. If you don't brush your teeth, you get cavities. Yeah, this is about general truth here. If babies are hungry, they cry. It's true, and people already know about babies. Babies can't speak, babies can't talk, babies only crying here. And if the babies are hungry, they cry. That's describing about the general truth. Okay, we continue about the pattern here, the formula of zero conditional sentence. We're using if plus simple present, and the main clause is simple present. For example, if you hit the ice, it melts. This refers to the general truth. If it rains, the grass gets wet. Okay, students, we continue for the next screens here. In the previous screen, you learned about zero conditional, that describing about the general truth here. And how about the first conditional sentence? It's likely. First conditional sentence, it's likely. A condition happens if something else occurs. It's about cause and effect. Cause and effect. Conditional sentence is used to refer the present or future when the situation is real. The type 1 conditional refers to a possible condition and its possible result. In these sentences, the if clause is in the simple present and the main clause is in the simple future. You can see here the formula. If clause in the simple present and the main clause in the simple future. For example, if you rest, you will feel better. This is a simple present, if you rest, and this is the simple future using will and verb infinitive, feel. Okay, we continue for the second example here. If you set your mind to the goal, you will eventually achieve it. Okay, next, I will visit you tonight if it doesn't rain. Okay, pay attention here. In the second example, if you set your mind to the goal, you will eventually achieve it. If you put if conditional in the first of the sentence, you have to put comma here. You have to put comma here. And how about if we put the if conditional in the middle of the sentence? You don't have to put comma. You can see in the third example here, there's no comma in this sentence. I will visit you tonight if it doesn't rain. Okay? If you put if conditional in the middle of the sentences, you don't have to put comma. Okay, we continue in the fourth example here. Ryan will entrust his company to you if he sees your relentless effort to get new investors. There is no comma in this sentence because if conditional in the middle of the sentence. You can see here this is the pattern or the formula of first conditional sentence. If plus simple present and main clause simple future plus verb infinitive. Simple future you can use shall or will. Pay attention for the example here. Second conditional sentence, unlikely. In the previous screen, you learned about the first conditional sentence, that a conditional happen if something else occurs. How about in the second conditional sentence? In this second conditional sentence, as express unlikely situations. The type 2 conditional is used to refer to a time that is now or any time, and situation that unreal or only imagination. These sentences are not based on the fact, are contrary to the present reality. The type 2 conditional is used to possible but very unlikely that condition will be fulfilled. Small percentages of possibilities. In the type 2 conditional sentences, the if clause is used simple past and the main clause use the past future tense. Okay, in this second conditional sentence is just only imagination or unreal situation. It's describing about the contrary to the present of reality. But if will happen is only put a small percentage of the possibilities. For example, maybe it's happen only 10% of possibilities or only 20% of the possibilities. Okay, we continue for the example here. If I were a rich man, I would make more charitable donations. Okay, continue for the second example. If I own a zoo, I make let people interact with the animals more. Third example, you would pass the examination if you studied hard. You would pass the examination if you studied hard. The fact is, he or she not pass the examination and he not study hard. This is the fact. How? What if they study hard? Does he pass the examination? Of course, they will pass the examination if they study hard. But the reality is, they not pass the examination. Okay, continue for the fourth example here. I could overcome this if I were you. I could overcome this if I were you. The fact is, he or she couldn't overcome. It's only the contrary to the present reality. Okay, the pattern is if simple plus main clause past future tense. You can use should, would, could, might plus verb infinitive. If you went to the bed earlier, you would not be so tired. The fact is, he is so tired and he not went to the bed earlier. Okay, students, there's an question about zero conditional, first conditional, or second conditional sentence. Okay, well, if there's no any question, we continue for our last conditional sentences is the third conditional sentence. The third of conditional sentence is impossible. It means a third conditional express unreal past event. Unreal past event. The third three conditional is used to refer to a time that in the past and situation that contrary to the reality. The facts they are based on are the opposite of what is expressed. The type 3 conditional is used to refer to an unreal past condition, and it's impossible that condition will be fulfilled because it refers to the past and didn't happen and only imagination. That's showing regret in the past situation. In a type 3 conditional sentence, the if clause use past perfect and the main clause use the past future perfect tense. Pay attention here, the example. If you had told me you needed a ride, I would have left earlier. The fact is, he or she not left earlier. This is a past situation and this is a showing of regret situation and cannot be happen in the present because already left behind the situation. Okay, now we continue for the second example here. If I had cleaned the house, I could have gone to the movie. The fact is, he or she not cleaned the house and not going to the movie. Okay, this is a unreal past condition and it's impossible that condition will be fulfilled because it refers to the past and didn't happen and only imagination. This is only imagination. You can see he or she imagine that he want to go to the movie, but he showing regret here. He not clean the house. That situation happened in the past. Clean the house. How about the third example here? If you had studied seriously, you would have won the Science Olympiad. Does anyone know the fact about these sentences? The fact about these sentences? If you had studied seriously, you would have won the Science Olympiad. Okay, you better check by yourself. Here the formula or the pattern of third conditional sentence. If past perfect, And main clause, past future perfect, you can use could, would, plus have, plus past participle or verb 3 here. If you had studied harder, you would have passed the exam. If plus past perfect, had studied, past perfect, had studied, and here past future perfect, would plus have plus past participle or verb 3 past.